So good morning friends. So today we'll be discussing about the role of testes in sexual differentiation. This is a short video. So if you see testes, in the testes what gonad will be testes or ovary, it will be depend on SRY. What is SRY? SRY is a sex determining region on Y chromosome as I have shown in this slide. Now how does differentiation occur? That we will study now. So, first of all, if you say up to 5 or 6 weeks, gonads are considered to be bipotential. Bipotential means I mean to say that it is not fixed whether it is testis or ovary. So, here bipotential gonads are shown, yellow one. Then, here I have shown two ducts. One is Mullerian duct, which will ultimately develop into female internal genitalia, and other is Wolffian duct. Now at this stage both are there, it will depend what is going to develop. So at this stage it is a bipotential gonad. Now if you see how male differentiation is going to occur, if it is male differentiation means this is now bipotential gonads, it will be testes. Okay. Now if it is testes, then what will be there? Wolffian duct will be there and Mullerian duct. Mullerian duct, whatever Mullerian duct remnants are there, they will not be there, means they will be regressed. If it is female differentiation, again now bipotential gonad, it will be now ovary. Now what should be there? If you see here, Mullerian duct remnants will be there and Wolffian ducts has undergone regression. Wolffian duct is not there. So this is in general what is happening in male and female. There was one scientist known as Josh. So this Josh has done various experiments. So I will be telling you first about his observation, and then I will be telling you how, what are the various factors which will help in development, whether it is male or whether it is female. So how does this hormone act, that we will study. So so now just see what is done now. What I mean to say here, I have done early castration. Early castration means there are no gonads. And genetic male means it is XY. So genetic male XY, which was, what was the organ which was going to develop? Because of SRY, there was testis. Okay. So when castration is done and when there are no gonads, what is seen? This purple one is Mullerian duct. So what has developed? Female internal genitalia has developed or it is going to develop. Okay. Now this was early castration done in genetic male. Now we'll see what is occurring when castration is done in genetic female. So see again no gonads. See whenever there are no gonads, I am repeating no gonads. Okay, whether it is means it will not depend whether it is genetic male or genetic female. If early castration is done, what is seen? Always Mullerian duct remnants, Mullerian duct internal genitalia of female will be there. So what does it mean? So it means that if testis is presence or absence, that is the thing which is going to matter. Ovary presence is not required for female internal genitalia development. If testes are present, ultimately male genitalia is going to develop, and if testis is absent, then what is going to occur? Mullerian development will occur. Again I am repeating, the ovary presence is not required, it is just the absence of testis which will lead to development of female internal genitalia. Now we'll see how these various substances are acting. So see there are various substances here. I have mentioned Mullerian inhibiting substance or anti-Mullerian hormone, you can say testosterone. In addition to that, there are other substances are also there known as dihydrotestosterone, which means testosterone, it is converted into dihydrotestosterone. So now we will see what is the effect of this hormone. So for that again some experiment was done. See, I have taken genetic male, not I, that scientist has taken genetic male, and now gonads are removed on one side. When you are, see here I have taken left side and right side. So what is the thing which is occurring? See, left side testis is removed. So left side testis is removed, so right side testes are there. So whenever right side testes are there, ultimately what on the right side Wolffian duct is going to develop. Not only that, see, testis was having various cells known as Sertoli cell and Leydig cell. Leydig cell was secreting testosterone, which was causing development of Wolffian duct. In addition to that, on right side, see, anti-Mullerian, on right side, anti-Mullerian substance or Mullerian inhibiting substance was developed, was released. Now this Mullerian, anti-Mullerian substance was regressed on right side. See, on left side Mullerian duct is there. Because why? Because there are anti-Mullerian hormone is not there at all. So this is how it is occurring. This will again clear, we become again clear now with other substance, means how they are acting exactly. Now see, genetic male is there. Again gonads are removed on one side. That is, I have removed the left side. Now see, this is just a repetition. So what was seen on the left side? So first of all, we will see right side. Right side testes are there. Testis is secreting what? Testis is secreting testosterone, which is acting, and also it is secreting anti-Mullerian substance. So on right side, Wolffian duct remnants are there. So right side Wolffian ducts will be seen. On the right side, anti-Mullerian substance will cause inhibition of that Mullerian duct regression. So Mullerian duct regression will be seen on right side. Now just see, here there is some arrangement, there is some modification is done. So what has been done? See here, in addition to all this, what I have done experimentally, in addition to this, I have just administered testosterone. Now what testosterone has done? See, just slide before, Wolffian duct on left side was not developed. Okay, but here if you see on left side testis was not there, so testosterone was not there, and anti-Mullerian substance was not there. But what I have administered testosterone. So what this testosterone has done? Testosterone has led to formation of Wolffian duct on right side. But mind you, this testosterone has not caused regression of Mullerian duct on left side. Now see what is the next thing, next experiment. Now here genetic female means again XX. Now what is done? Testosterone. So if it is genetic female, what it will be? It will be ovary, right? Now if I am giving testosterone, just see what is there? Mullerian duct is there. Why Mullerian duct is there? Because see, testosterone you have given, there is no testis. So testis is not going to secrete that anti-Mullerian substance or MIH or Mullerian inhibiting substances. So that is why Mullerian duct remnants or internal genitalia will be there. But as a result of testosterone, what has produced Wolffian duct, or you can say male external genitalia will be produced. So to summarize, testosterone is responsible for Wolffian duct, that is male internal genitalia. Mullerian inhibiting substance act locally. Again remember, it acts locally to cause regression of Mullerian duct. Another thing, dihydrotestosterone, which we have not discussed. Dihydrotestosterone is responsible for male external genitalia and male secondary sexual characteristics. So I hope how testosterone, Mullerian inhibiting substance, how is their action is playing the role, that is clear. So thank